स्वागत करती हूँ. So we are learning this chapter, that is reproduction in lower and higher plants. In this chapter today we are going to see the topic that is seed and fruit development. Before this we have already seen the asexual reproduction, sexual reproduction, pollination, double fertilization, and then development of an embryo. You can see all this video in the description link also. With the help of sexual reproduction, in the last lecture we have already seen that ovule is transferred into the seed and ovary is transferred into the fruit. Okay, so यहाँ पे there are two types of seeds, like one is monocot and another one is dicot. Let's see that what is monocot, what is dicot. What is this? This is basically a dicot seed. Dicot means जब हम उसके like when we divide into the two parts, so they divide into two equal parts. Like you can say groundnuts, yeah, you can say beans, all these types of things. So they are dicot seeds. And other, though like who cannot divide into two equal parts, they are basically the monocots. Okay. So here this seed development is initiated by the fertilization. If the fertilization will not be there, then the seed formation will not be there, fruit formation will not be there. So for doing all these things, the first thing is we needed that is the pollination. Okay. And for pollination we need the flower. So flower is an essential organ and a plant for doing the reproduction, for doing the sexual reproduction. In the structure of Anatropous whole video, we have seen that chaleza, micropyle, integuments, inner integument, outer integuments. So you can see that video also. You will get that video link in description box, so you can see that video. So the outer integument of the ovule is get transferred into the seed coat. What is seed coat? Seed coat is this outer part. This outer part is known as seed coat. Sometimes the seed coats are having the two distinct coverings. That is, the outer part is known as testa, like the seed coat. That outer part of the seed coat is known as testa, and the inner part is known as tegmen. Here, the one term is also coming, that is perisperm. What is perisperm? The nutritive tissue of a seed derived from the nucleus and it's deposited external to the embryo sac. That is known as perisperm. In a previous video, we have seen what is epicotyle, what is hypocotyle, what is radicle, cotyledon, and how they develop. We have already seen this in a previous video, so you can check that video also. In this, like here, there are two types of seeds. जैसे मैंने बोला कि dicot and monocot, but what we exactly call these seeds, like that is the endospermic seed and non-endospermic seed. So what is the endospermic seed and what is the non-endospermic seed? So we'll just see that. We will see the one type, that is the endospermic seed, or we can say the albuminous seed. What is endospermic seed? Like endospermic seed are those seeds who are having the endosperm in the mature seeds. Like जो mature seeds है अगर उसमें endosperm present है, so we will call that as a endospermic seed. How this endospermic seed looks? It is fleshy, oily, and surrounds embryo, and it works as a main food storage organ. All the monocot plants are the endospermic seeds. Okay, and they are having very thin and papery cotyledons, like for example maize, corn, then we can say coconut, all this. What is non-endospermic seed, or we can call it as the ex-albuminous seeds? Like non-endospermic seed are those seeds though who are not having endosperm when they get matures. Like those type of seeds, those type of mature seeds who are not having endosperm, that is known as non-endospermic seeds or ex-albuminous seeds. And like we have seen in endospermic seeds, their cotyledons are thin and papery. Here their cotyledons are thick and fleshy. Endospermic seeds are basically monocots and non-endospermic seeds are basically dicot. We have seen the example of this is that is maize, corn, and coconut. And in dicots we can see the pea, bean, and groundnuts. The cotyledon in a non-endospermic seeds, they work somewhere as a food storage organ, and somewhere they work as a photosynthesis organ. The micropyle, you have seen that the micropyle is here in Anatropous whole, where from the pollen to mesentery, that is known as micropyle. The micropyle persists a small pore to a seed coat, like here, to allow oxygen and water while in the stage of a soaking. Fruit development is triggered by hormones by developing mature seeds. After the fertilization, the zygote is formed. We have already seen what is fertilization, and the ovary differentiated into food. The ovary wall develops the pericarp. What is pericarp? Pericarp is basically a three-layered which is basically the fleshy fruits like mango and all that. They are having the 3 layers. First we have seen the structure of dicot seed. Now we are going to see that is the structure of monocot seed, and as well as we will see the significance of a seed and fruit development. In monocot, this is the seed coat and the fruit wall. Then this is endosperm. This is coleoptile, which is the protective layer of a plumule, and this is scutellum, single shield shaped cotyledon, that is known as scutellum. And then this is chlorenzia, which is the protective layer of a radicle, and then this is the alveolar layer. So this is all about the monocot seeds. Monocots are basically maize, corn and all that. Now we will see significance of a seed and fruit development, which is the first significance, that is food provides nourishment to the developing seeds. Then the next significance is that fruit protects a seed from in an immature condition. Then next, the seeds serve as a propagating organs of a plant. What is propagating? Like propagating means from transferring from one place to another place. Seed and fruit both work as a main disperser organ of the plant. In the summer when there is a lot of heat, so many plants, their fruits get burst, and then after their seed is get open, and then they that seed is fall down in some places, and then after they are doing the plantation over that. Next term, that is the dormancy. What is dormancy? When any plant they are doing the structural or physiological changes, adaptations in themselves for the survival purpose, so that is known as dormancy. If suppose any plant they cannot do the dormancy, so they cannot survive in some another favorable in some another conditions like some climatic changes and all that, so they cannot survive. So the dormancy is a main phenomenon for survival of any plant. In asexual reproduction, we have seen that is apomixis. In that video I explained you what is apomixis. Again I am going to tell you what is apomixis. Apomixis is the type of fertilization without formation of a gametes. What is apogamy? In apomixis, when gametophyte organ produce embryo-like structure without fertilization, so that is known as apogamy. What is apospory? When diploid sporophyte cells produces a diploid gametophyte without undergoing meiosis, that is known as apospory. Now we are going to see the types of apomixis. There are the 3 types of apomixis. The first is recurrent apomixis, non-recurrent apomixis, and then third one is adventitious embryony. What happens in recurrent apomixis? In this type, the embryo sac generally rises from the acroporeal cells or some other part of the nucleus. And then in diplospory, what happens in diplospory? The unreduced embryo sacs derive from the diploid megaspore mother cells, that is known as diplospory. What is non-recurrent apomixis? In this type, megaspore mother cell undergoes usual mitotic division and forms and haploid embryo sac is formed. Here the embryo arises either from the parthenogenesis or from the, now we are going to see that is the third type, that is adventitious embryony. In this type, embryo may develop from the somatic nucleus or integuments along with the normal zygotic embryo. This is very common in mango and orange, and it gives rise to a condition that known as the polyembryo. Now we are going to see that is parthenocarpy. This term is coined by the Knoll. What is parthenocarpy? It is a condition where fruit is developed without fertilization. These some varieties of pineapple, banana and papaya, it happens naturally. What happens exactly in this plant? Where the placental tissue of unfertilized ovary, they produces the auxin, and because of that the ovary enlargement is happened. So these fruits are basically the seedless. You may have seen the seedless papaya and all that. Now we are going to see that is polyembryony. What is polyembryony? It is the development of more than one embryos inside the seed. This condition is known as polyembryony. How these additional embryos are formed? The additional embryos form from the differentiation and development of various maternal and zygotic tissues surrounded by the wool of the seed. Polyembryony may be true or false. It depends on the whether many embryos form within the same sac or in a different sac. In cleavage polyembryony, the zygote proembryo divides in so many units. This is known as cleavage polyembryony. Polyembryony is a great significance in horticulture. आज के वीडियो में इतना ही दोस्तों. आई होप आपको आज का ये वीडियो बहुत पसंद आया होगा, और आपको ये वीडियो कैसा लगा ये मुझे कमेंट बॉक्स में लिख के ज़रूर बताइए. तब तक हंसते रहिए, खुश रहिए और एकेडमिक नॉलेज इंस्टीट्यूट को देखते रहिए. थैंक यू सो मच.